Hello, hello, and welcome to this episode of Unleashed with Kimberly, a conversation for insight and intelligence. I'm your host, Kimberly Anderson, and this month we are talking with people who are successful in their own business and then have created platforms to help success, inspiring, motivating, and uplifting others to become successful themselves. And I am so excited about this conversation this month. I myself, if you've listened to this episode, this show a few times, I've talked about my Goddess series, the 3-part Goddess series, where I'm talking with women about their stories of overcoming negative limiting beliefs and obstacles and things in their life where they've made it through to the other side. And I think it's so important to share these stories because it helps us realize that we're not alone in this world going through some of the same things. So I myself have created these types of platforms. It is such an honor to be able to share this platform with all these people to talk about there. So I'm going to go ahead and bring on my guest today, and I'm really excited about her, Diana Sabatino. Hi, and thank you so much for being on the show with me today.
Oh, I'm super excited to be with you. Thank you for having me, Kimberly.
Absolutely. So let's just dive right in and talk about what it is that you do, and then we'll move into the platforms that you are working with.
Okay. Well, my core business is a company called Excel Performance. I work mostly with corporations, small businesses, in helping them up-level their sales skills. So I do this through providing training, developing core curriculum for them to, again, build their businesses and be more successful.
I love it. That is awesome. So this month we're talking about platforms to really help and up-level other women, because when we come together and we're there supporting each other, it really is paramount in our personal life and in our business. So let's talk about what it is that you're doing in I'm going to pull up the banner here, in the E-Women Network for Orange County. So this is the platform that you're helping other women expand.
Well, as a business owner myself, I've come from the background of corporate and then moved into running consultancy businesses on my own, and then a brick and mortar business, and now back to doing training and consulting. And I say this because I've had the experiences being the executive of corporate. I've had some experience in being that independent contractor, that consultant, that private brick and mortar business owner. So there's a lot of things I think that alerted me to the needs of business owners everywhere, women and men, that are really trying to do it on their own. And that was what brought me to E-Women Network. I actually got introduced to E-Women Network as a member. So I was running my brick and mortar business, and one of my clients actually said, "You need to come to this networking platform." And I was like, "I've been to tons of networking groups." And she goes, "Nothing like this. This is a little bit different." And when I arrived in the room, the experience and the people that I met, and I think it was really the mindset and the core values of the organization and the people that attracted me. So I was a member for 4 years before I was invited to take over the lead as a managing director for E-Women Network in the Orange County group. And of course, I jumped in because, again, their core values and who they were really were aligned with who I am and the things that I believe in my business. And that's how I got introduced to E-Women Network. But E-Women Network, just to kind of give you a little background, the organization itself has been around for 20 years. We're actually celebrating our 20th year this year. And we are an international organization. We have 118 chapters, North America, Canada, and now just recently the UK and Australia. But it's all about women helping women. It's all about lifting each other as we climb, about elevating each other's businesses through providing resources and trainings and connections. And it's all about collaboration versus competition. So, those are the things that really intrigued me and wanted me to be a part of it. And it's allowed me to also facilitate and build an amazing platform of business owners in the Orange County area.
I love it. So what would you say is one of the things that really helps women when they come into a platform like that?
Well, I think, we're all looking for a community, right? Especially right now with everything that's going on. But entrepreneurs in general, we're solopreneurs. Like most of the people that are coming in or starting their business, they're alone, right? They're building something by themselves in a lot of cases. They maybe were that successful corporate person, right? They got all their expertise in corporate, or maybe they've been a mom for a number of years and now they want to take what they know and bring it to the forefront and make a business from it. But they're by themselves. And, anytime that we're alone and we're making decisions in isolation, probably isn't always the best decisions. So we always need those communities. We need people that are supporting us. Individuals that, when you come into eWomen Network, one of the things that we love about our platform and our network and what our members tell us continuously is, you come in there, it's not about networking in the sense of lead generation or sales. In fact, when people join my network, I say, if you're looking to come in to a networking group and you're just looking to sell your services, we're probably not the group, okay? Because it's not about me buying your service. It's about me knowing enough about you, building a relationship with you so that I know exactly what you do. I know your core values. I know who are your ideal clients. I know who you're looking for. And I now become almost like your cheerleader, your promoter out there. And it's not about you selling just me. It's about you selling everybody I know, right? For me, those connections for you. So I think that's what differentiates us. It's not about collecting business cards. It's about connecting. Yeah, it's about connecting. Because I'll be very honest with you. I've belonged to numerous groups and platforms over the course of my 40 years in business. And they've all had their place, and they've all served me in some way. And I have nothing bad to say about any of the networking groups that I've been a member of. But if you're the only realtor in the room, if I don't feel connected to you, right? If I don't have a relationship with you, there's no way I'm going to give you my best client. There's no way I'm going to make those kind of introductions. So everything that we do starts with relationships. It's all about building those connections so that you can elevate your business and surround yourself with people that are your people, that are the ones that are lifting you up, but they're also the ones that are challenging you. They're asking you the tough questions. It's not just like, yes, we love you, we love your business, it's so fantastic. It's, what are you doing? How are you doing it? How can we help you? What strategies do you need to put in place to get to this next phase in your business? So that's what I love, because it truly is, we're not a girlfriend's network. We are truly a business network. We're there to help you elevate your business.
I love that. Key thing that you said in there is building relationships, and the collecting of business cards is going away. I mean, even nowadays you can do an electronic business card. I have no idea how to do that, but there's this whole shifting in just walking into a room and collecting business cards. It's really about, like what you were saying, that key element of creating a relationship.
100%.
And I'm seeing that across the board.
Yeah. Well, I think that's, if you think about it, how many times have you gone to a networking event, you've collected? I mean, I know I have bags of cards, right? Like we
Yeah.
all go ahead and we come back and we lay out all these cards on our desk, and we don't even know who those people were, right? Because you didn't really make a connection, you just collected, right? So it's not about the collection, it's about the connection, right? It's truly about building those strong relationships, because too, especially right now, if you look at, as we're in COVID and everything is online now, when you're on a Zoom networking, it's not about just getting somebody's name, it's about making the effort to connect. So to have a conversation with them, to get on the phone, but not for the purpose of selling what you have. Okay. The purpose is not to pitch the person. The purpose is to find out what they do so that you can best support them. One of the best questions I say we ask is, how can we support you? What brought you to eWomen Network? How can we support you? What are the challenges that you're facing? What are the needs of your business? Who do you need to connect with? Who's a good power partner for you? Those are the questions that we all need to be asking, whether you're at a networking event or you're sitting down with a client or you're meeting somebody, on a call. You want to be able to find out how you can support them. The best thing you can do for anybody is to provide them some kind of service without any expectation. And through that, I guarantee you'll get it back tenfold.
I love it. Yeah, absolutely. And it's what did I want to say? There's so many, having that support and what you were saying, and you're building that relationship with that one person. It's not that we want to sell you. It's really, you want to have you become the biggest cheerleader, like you were saying, because you're going to share that person's gifts and talents with all your friends and businesses and all that stuff. And that's how you help each other grow, because you may not need that service, but if you know, like, trust them and love them, you are going to then refer them out. So if you have that, I think what's an important thing that you were getting at, made me think of, is that shift in mindset. If you shift your mindset, you're not collecting a business card and you're not going to hard sell that person you're meeting for the very first time.
Right.
Build that relationship, create that community, and then you're going to be able to get referral business. And I've been in networking groups where you walk in and nobody's really buying from anybody unless it's like something so specific. And you throw an event or whatever, and none of those people from that event show up to even support you. It makes a big difference. So you really got to find the one that works for you and that has that community that you're talking about, building those relationships.
100%. It's all about, and I think it was, and I'm hoping I'm quoting the right person, but I think it was Bob Proctor that talks about relationship capital, right? The best businesses out there, the most successful businesses, are all built on collaboration, right? It's all about the people that are surrounding you, right? Mm-hmm. And if you look at successful people that are out there, people that are making the millions and really elevating their businesses, it's all about that relationship capitals. Who are in their network? You've always heard the term, your network is equal to your net worth, right? Yeah. But I would add another word, and the word is quality. The quality of your network is equal to your net worth, because it's not just about surrounding yourself with people. It's about surrounding yourself with the right people who have that same kind of mindset, who are also contributors. People that are willing to do those collaborations with you, are willing to help you. I think a lot of times we align ourselves with people because maybe we're the smartest person in the room. Okay, you don't necessarily want to be the smartest person in the room, right? Because you want to go in and get fed as well. Yeah. And that's one thing that within eWomen Network, one of the greatest advantages, I think, is you're not just a member of Orange County. Like if you were to come to one of our events and you said, oh my God, these are my people, I love this, this is my tribe, this is my community, we of course are going to invite you to join us. And our Orange County chapter would be your core chapter, your family, if you will, right? Your base, your foundation. But you're a member of the entire network. So you can go to events at all 118 chapters throughout North America, Canada, across the pond to Australia and the UK, right? You're not just a member of a chapter. So you have the reach to connect with people all over the globe, right? Because I'm sure just with any business, businesses aren't local anymore. They're global, right? Yeah. It doesn't matter if you're a small little solopreneur. You are a global business today. If you have a computer and you have a service that can transfer, you're a global business. So you have to think bigger. You get out of this small mindset and get into a growth mindset of starting to think bigger, right? Starting to think bigger because there's so much available to you. And I think a lot of us have found this even during COVID. One of, I guess, the silver linings of what's happening right now is that we are connecting like this. Over. People are being forced to, we had to learn the technology and we had to do a lot of different things. We had to adapt. But, you know, if you think about it, no matter what your business, whether you are running a networking group or you're running a sales training group or you're a health guru or whatever your business is, you still have to serve your clients right now. Clients still want the products and services. They still are in demand. They still want the same value from you that they normally would get in person.
Yeah.
So we had to make that shift and that adaptation. And I think that's been one of the benefits of eWomen Network is you've had that community of resources of people that we're all in the same space, but we're all helping each other move through this challenge that is a worldwide challenge. But you know, normally it would just be our own business challenge, but it really showed who we are as a network because we all came together to help each other through this. It wasn't about selling our services or saying, oh, I'm the guru in here. It was like, what can we do to help? How can we get you to where you need to be so you can continue to serve your clients? And that's our mindset always, whether it's a pandemic or it's just a challenge you're having in your business.
Right? I love it. I love what you said about, and I'm seeing this in a few of the women's groups that I'm in as well, but you're not just a part of that particular location community. You are on a global scale. You guys are reaching beyond the United States. And not only does it give you access to other people that are literally in their brilliance that can help you, but you can help them and serve them and really create a global community is really what it is. And I love that.
100%. That's always been part of eWomen Network. We've always said you're not just a member of any chapter, you're a member of the community. But now more than ever, because of course we're all online, now more than ever, this is true. Now you don't have to physically go to the Dallas chapter or to the Vancouver chapter or maybe to Australia, right? You don't have to make that trip. You can make that trip online in seconds and be able to connect and network with those communities all over the world, which has been amazing.
You know, I love that. That is one thing that I absolutely love about technology, because you could be sitting here, you know, we're in California, and we could be on the, you know, on looking at somebody in, you know, Italy. And I love that because it's really close, this gap between each other and our businesses, where we are, like you said, we are a global business. If you have a computer, you do anything in any type of business, you are a global entrepreneur.
100%. 100%.
I love it.
Yeah, no, and the other thing with the eWomen Network too, one of our mission is 1 million women earning $1 million in annual revenue.
I love it.
I know it's super exciting. I love this mission. And, you know, like, and I know sometimes when I say it, people will say, well, I'm just starting. I'm not at $1 million yet. So, you know, to just clarify, it's not about, it's wherever you're at. If you're just starting your business and you're trying to get to that first 100K, or maybe you've had your business for a few years and now you're trying to get from that 100 up to that 200 mark, right? Or maybe you're already making millions of dollars and now you want to make more, or you want to do more, you want to make a greater impact in the world. You know, we are here to help you do that. No matter where you're at in your journey, the 1 million women at $1 million is really a statement of, you know, saying we want to be there through that growth. We want to help you grow those business. We want to be a part of your success through creating this kind of community. And to me, that's, you know, that's what it's all about. As an entrepreneur, we need to have and have people surrounding us that are supporting us. But we also need to have them there for those resources, because, you know, you're going to find too your mentors there, people that have been in your shoes, that have done what you want to do, and they're going to help you through those pitfalls, right? They're going to help you so that you don't have those pitfalls. They're going to say, hey, go this way instead of that way, right? You're going to find those mentors there. And then, you know, and then hopefully you pay that forward too, and then you can mentor someone else coming in. That's the give back. You know, one of our core values is give first and share always, right? So we want to come, you know, when you go to any network, you want to figure out, how are you showing up in the room? How are you coming in? You know, are you coming in with that servant heart? Are you coming in to serve others? And if you are, you know, that giving is growing, right? The more you give, the more you grow. So whether that's giving advice, or that's giving connections, or, you know, or giving dollars, and so whatever that is for you, it's going to help you grow too. It's going to help you grow in your own development. I mean, I learned so much from all of my members. I mean, I'm just amazed of how many successful, intelligent, amazing women that are there, and they show up. They show up to contribute. They show up to contribute and give. And that's so important. Yeah.
That's so good. It's so good. And I want to go back to what you were talking about. What you're saying really is your legacy. You're leaving a legacy, and it doesn't matter what part of your business you're in, from brand new, just decided this morning that you want to be an entrepreneur and
right.
You know, offer your gifts and talents to the world, or you're a seasoned entrepreneur already making millions. There's always time, there's always growth, there's always a time for you to have more expansion in your life, have more consciousness and awareness, and you never stop learning, you never stop growing in any of that. And there's always a next level that you can take, and part of your legacy is that growth and sharing and helping others along the path to get them to the same success as you, and it becomes your legacy.
100%. And I think also, kind of moving on that same note, you know, in scaling your business or leaving that impact, one of the other things with any women network, we also have a really strong philanthropic arm. We have our own foundation. And one of the things that we do, as an organization, they have a humanitarian every year, which we give a grant to. But each chapter also gives a grant to local charities. So like our chapter, we work every single year through doing raffles and different things at our events to give a $10,000 grant to a local charity every single year.
Wow.
To really, and we're not looking for those big national charities. You know, we're looking for those grassroots people that are really, first of all, that can really utilize those dollars and cents, really need it, but also those that are really building and and are there helping people, the direct people. They're the boots on the ground, right? They're the ones that are really getting it done. And we've been very fortunate that every year, since our chapter has been in existence, and the last 4 years as I've been the managing director, we've always been able to take care of a local charity and provide a grant. And this is through the generosity of our chapter, for the members. Not only do they supply the gifts that we raffle off, but then they buy the tickets for the gifts too. And so the giving is unbelievable, that all these women, and we do have a few men, we don't discriminate. We do have a few men in our chapter as well. We call them our emails, okay, because we're e-women, so we call them our emails.
I love it.
I know, right? That's cute. But some amazing men too that support women, and and are amazing business owners in their own right. But it's all about making sure that we have that foundation, that we have that give back, and the importance of continuing to acknowledge and give back to people in the community that are doing great things. This year, we also have an emerging leader, which is a young woman who is under the age of 30, who has started a business and is making great impact. And we put them through a mentoring program with more seasoned business owners. So this has been, there's a lot of great things that eWomen offers. It's not just a network. It's not just a community. It's so much more than that. It truly is a complete success system in helping you run your business. But the give back and the philanthropic arm really allows our members to figure out how they want to leave their legacies. How do they want to create more impact? Good people who make good money do good things, right? So if we can help you build your business and you can monetize it and make great money, and it's okay to make great money, okay? Yes, that allows you to do more, broke people, poor people can't help poor people, right? I can't help you if I'm not being successful. So if I'm allowing myself to be successful, monetize my success, I have the ability to do so much more for so many. And that's kind of our mindset as an organization and as a chapter.
That is awesome. So the chapter, the organization really is very multifaceted, is what you're saying. There's so many different avenues that you can seek help, gain help, and the mentorship on any arm of it, really. I mean, even if somebody wanted to go into nonprofit, they could go into that arm of the organization. If somebody wants to be an executive director, they can go be Diana.
That's right.
Okay. Really, what these communities are doing, these organizations are doing, is creating so many different spaces for you to show up in and be able to advance and excel and succeed.
Well, I think, the thought of, nobody does it alone, right? None of us do it by ourselves.
Yeah.
And if we are trying to do it by ourselves, we need to find those communities. And I tell people every day when they come to our events, we of course would love for you to be part of our community. But if we're not the right community, go find your community. Go find the people that are right for you, that resonate with you, because we all need that. We need others that are helping us. And one of the things, and you made mention to nonprofits. I mean, we have training for nonprofits that is provided through eWomen Network. If you receive a grant, we also provide you training as a nonprofit. Like a lot of these grassroots nonprofits, the reason eWomen did this is initially we were giving these grants away. Over the 20 years, Sandra, our founder, has given so much, and we were finding that some of these were not sustainable, because most of the people that were coming up with these amazing nonprofits were based on a need. Either they themselves had gone through something, right?
Which is typical.
right? And created a nonprofit so that they could continue to help others. Or they've had some kind of experience in a family or a friend, something prompted them to move forward with this. So their intention was great. Their heart was in it, but they didn't know how to run a nonprofit. They weren't the business side of the nonprofit. How do I make this nonprofit sustainable? And eWomen Network saw that and said, okay, what can we do? Not only to just give them the grant and give them money, but help them run their nonprofit more successfully so that it is sustainable over the years. And so what they did was they reached out to the membership and they said, let's put together a nonprofit program. So all these members donated money, they donated their time, their expertise, everything that was needed to create this amazing program that is now gifted to our nonprofits. And it's actually called Gifted Wisdom that is given to our nonprofits so that they can really sustain and grow. So, I mean, there's so many arms to eWomen Network. I mean, Sandra Yancey, who founded it 20 years ago, you know, she founded it because she was looking for a place for women to network. Yeah. And she saw a need, and it was called eWomen Network because initially it was supposed to be electronic, but it was 20 years ago. And
ahead of her time.
She was before her time, yes. 20 years ago, that wasn't a tangible thing. It wasn't doable. People were not signing up. So then she started doing the events live. And like all of our chapters, we hold a minimum of 2 events. My chapter, we do 3 events every month. And we do them, first there's a networking event, which you have an opportunity to network with the entrepreneurs, but we also have a speaker who provides valuable business information during the course of that event. And then we also have 2 events that are called strategic business introductions. And what those are, they're like strategic roundtables. So it's a small group of maybe 10 to 12 people, business owners, that share about their business, share a challenge or an ask, and then the table brainstorms with them ideas, tools, resources. So people leave with pages of information and introductions to really help them build their business or handle those challenges. But you know, within eWomen Network, we're doing these live events. So I'm told we're doing maybe 500 live events every single month. And then think about it, COVID hit. So she has 118 chapters. They're doing all these live events every month. Members to satisfy and take care of and make sure that they're still getting the value of the communities, and literally shifted everything from in-person to online in less than a week. She had everybody on board teaching us the technologies, everything that we needed to know to continue to support. So we were laughing, teasing her, because I said, well, now you can use your electronic skills, right? Because she initially the thought was electronic, right?
I love it.
So the other part of that is she really showed us as entrepreneurs, as business owners, how to adapt, right? It was a real life demonstration of how to convert your business on a dime, really, to make that happen, because we still had to serve our membership. Just like all of us with COVID, we had to figure it out. We had to adapt. We had to make sure that we were still in alignment and still being able to help our clients and still serve them, right?
Yeah. Wow. So many different options and brilliance that you guys are offering to people. It's really something profound. Even, you know, it really struck a chord with me that you even teach people how to run their nonprofits. I mean, that's unheard of. Not only can you get a grant from your organization, but you guys help train them to keep it and make it very successful. I have a couple of people off the top of my head I'm going to send your way.
Definitely.
And you can never know too much. There's always something else you can learn. I absolutely love this. This is such a great conversation. Thank you for all that you're doing with this organization. And so how long have you been in it now?
I actually became a member 8 years ago. So I've been a member for 8 years, and then I became a managing director 4 years ago. And this past year, at our conference, we have an international conference every year in Dallas. We didn't have one this year, but we'll be looking forward to that again next year. But last year I was the managing director of the year. So they choose one of the men. I know, I was super excited, right? It was such an amazing acknowledgement. And I was totally surprised, but welcomed it with open arms, of course.
Definitely.
Yeah, and it was great too, because while we were at conference, I had over 50 of my members with me in Dallas to celebrate. So it made it even
more special.
Even better. Right.
Yeah.
But I think as an organization, too, they go the extra mile. They do more than any other networking that I've ever been a part of. And I think, too, one of the things that has really, I guess, something that I've learned regarding networking over the last 8 years with eWomen Network is, I always thought networking was for business. I got to do my networking for my business.
Mm-hmm.
But networking is truly a life skill. It's a people skill. It's a communication skill, right? It's really how you're showing up, how you're interacting, how you're building those relationships. And if you're really good at, or you're really focused, or your intention is to build the relationship, the other stuff, the business stuff, it happens organically. It automatically happens. It doesn't have to be forced, right? It's something about really making those connections. Yeah. So eWomen has been an amazing opportunity for me as a business owner as well. I've always been really active in the community. I always knew a lot of people. But I think what eWomen has done for me is it really has made me known in the community, known as the connector, known as the go to this person. She'll lead you to who you need to get connected with. And with that's been an amazing opportunity for me. And I have met and been honored to be connected with so many amazing people in the community, like yourself. So it's been amazing.
I want to touch on something that you said that I think is really important. And you were awarded for, tell me again what the award was for.
Okay, managing director of the year.
I love that. And you were completely surprised and had no idea.
Totally surprised. I had no idea.
And what I want to bring up about that is we do these things with that servant heart. We're not doing them to get that recognition or award, but it's so darn nice what we do, because it helps people realize that, hey, these things are out there. These opportunities are there for you. And I think that's one of the things that I've noticed and even with this whole month, I'll be talking about it with all these different people, that when you're awarding somebody who's just doing it because it's out of the love of their soul, they want to help and uplift and up-level other people, help them to rise up, that they get acknowledged for that. And it's really mind-boggling. Some of the women that I've even seen in over the course of a few years that have been awarded, they've never been acknowledged for anything they did, and it literally just shifted them, because it's a thank you. It's really a thank you. We see you, we acknowledge you, and we just want to say thank you. And it really even does something in themselves to go help more. You just want to do more and more and more, but it's amazing because we start out just doing it as just with that servant heart. And I love this.
Well, I think I know for myself, I was super excited to receive it. Of course, I always said I had the best chapter, but now I had proof because now I had now I had an award. Right? But I think what it did too is it put a lot of attention on the intention, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it really put that light on that, on what our intention was, not only mine as managing director, but the organization, what the intention is, you know. And you're right, it's not about winning awards. Of course, that's always great. We all love
Yeah.
to be acknowledged for what we do. But I think you don't do something to be acknowledged. You do it because it is part of your core value. It is a part of who you are and your belief system, right? Because if you're just doing, it's just like your business. If you're only doing something for money, it's probably not going to be sustainable,
Right.
right? It's not fulfilling, right?
Right.
There's a part that says, at some point you go, you know what? I don't feel like I'm living my purpose. I don't feel like I'm doing what I need to do, right? There's that point. And I think it's with anything that you do. I always say, you know, give without expectation. Show up with an open heart and an open mind, right? And so much comes at you. You know, I
Yeah.
think when you're giving, I always say, you know, keep giving, and honestly, get ready. Open your arms, because you're going to be getting, like, it's the floodgates are going to open, and so much is going to come back at you.
Yeah.
And you know, and I think that's the to me, that's the way that we all should be living, right? We all should
Absolutely.
be doing that. I mean, that's how I was raised. I had great parents who I think they were great, great parents that gave me a good direction, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and gave me a good mindset, a good thought process. And I think that's what we all need, to come with that open mind, that open heart, and you'll get so much back just organically.
Absolutely. Yeah. The more
Yeah,
you give, the more you get back. And
that's right.
people are
And
like,
sometimes
huh,
it's
that
not
doesn't make
things,
any
it's
sense.
just, yeah, it's love. Get a lot of love back.
Yep, absolutely. I want to point out too, when you're saying, and you just show up and give without expectation. But one of the other things too is, as a business entrepreneur in any level, don't forget to ask for what you need. And these organizations really, really are there to help you excel in everything that you want to do, need to do, desire to do. And because especially as women, we don't like to ask for things. We think we just need to put on a different hat and chug through it anyway. And you really learn to collapse time when you're able to reach out and ask. And again, people are right there willing to give you advice, give you guidance, help. They're right there. So take
Yeah.
advantage of that for sure. Because wouldn't you say that in those organizations, in your organization, when somebody's asking, like the roundtable you were describing, they're leaving with notebooks full of information on how to go be successful.
Yeah.
Ask and you shall receive.
Yeah. Well, you know, I think one of the things that too, within the organization, within the community, not only at the strategic roundtables where you'll be able to ask for what you need, and we're all there to brainstorm ideas, right?
Yeah,
So it's just like people are just shooting off information. But even in our bigger event where we have our networking event, we normally get 50 to 70 people. Even online, we've been getting the same amount, and we do breakout groups. So you're getting a lot of one-on-one time, but we also, it's not just like walk around and share your information. We have you do structured networking. So we ask you to answer 4 questions during your networking, so that we can not only understand what you do and who you serve, but we understand what you need. So
awesome.
your ask what you need right then. So you have to have your ask, your need, your challenge, whatever it is you want from the group, whether it's an introduction to somebody, a good power partner, or somebody that you can connect with, or you need resources, or you have a question on business systems, or you need a coach, or whatever it is you need, we want to hear, so we know how to make those connections. So that's what I love too. It's not just like, you know, okay, we're going to put you in a group and everybody just introduce themselves, which there's nothing wrong with that, but you don't get value from that.
Right.
You want to make sure that the people in the room, if you are connecting with someone, you're connecting with them because either you have something to offer them, an introduction to give to them, you have something for them. You're not just taking, it's kind of like if you're in a networking group, you're not just taking cards. You want to make sure that if I'm taking your card, that I have something, I have someone to connect you with. There's a reason I need your card,
Yeah.
right? Even when we're in person, we say, you know, when you come into the event, we don't, you're not allowed to ask for a business card. The only time you're allowed to ask for a business card is if you have something to provide that person. So you are going to do some kind of follow up with them, introduction with them, you're interested in their service, whatever it is, that's the reason you're grabbing that information, you know.
Love
Um,
it.
and I think that's the mentality of, you know, it's kind of like, why am I going to get on the phone call unless there's some reason? Like, let's get connected. We want to know who you are, but I want to be able to provide you some kind of value.
Yeah, I love that. What a shift in mindset too about walking into a room and collecting cards. Don't collect cards and leave with the biggest deck. You want to collect cards because there's intention and purpose behind having it. And it's not necessarily, and I love that you pointed this out, it's not necessarily for you that you think that you can sell your service to them. It's because you want their service or what they can provide for you, or you have somebody that you can refer them to.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Well, we want you to be very intentional. Yeah, very intentional in your networking. That there's a reason that you're doing what you're doing. Even myself, I know one of the things that I teach even in sales is about networking. Of if you are going, and I would say this to anybody out there, if you're going to a networking event, right? Right now, especially online, we can kind of see who's going to be attending, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can see who said they're coming, right? And not to go stalk anybody, but go take a look at who's coming to the event, right? Just because you can go to an event maybe isn't the reason you should go to an event, right? So take a look at who's coming to the event and have an intention of who you want to connect with. Who are people that are coming to that event, whether it is based on their industry, or maybe you've taken a look at their Facebook page, or maybe you're seeing what they're saying on Twitter or on Instagram, right? So you're seeing what kind of conversations they're having. You're like, oh, I would love to connect with that person because I think I have people that could be of value to them, or I'm interested in their services or what they're doing, or I like their just their whole aura of who they are, and I want to make sure that I'm connected to this individual, so that you have an intention when you go there, that even when you're looking at that big Zoom screen, that I know myself when I'm going to an event, I pick out at least 5 people that I'm going to make sure that when I'm in the chat that I'm saying, you know, hey, Kimberly, great to see you here. Would love to set up some time for a chat. I understand, and I give them a reason. It's not like I just want to connect with you. Hey, I saw, you know, that you're doing some amazing things in the wellness industry, and I have some people I would love to connect you with.
Yeah.
Right. So now there's a reason. It's not just like, tell me about your business. I don't know if I can spend that time with you just to tell me about my business. You should know something about me before you reach out. Why are you reaching out?
I love it. I love it. Your time is so valuable. And here, you know, I'm going to put this up here. Wisdom. You said something that's so important. Intention. Your intention in every step of what you do is so important. It's profound in your business growth.
100%.
Having that intention in all of those pieces, and literally what you were saying, just in the networking space of getting that card, or you're looking at the hundreds of people on the Zoom call on the screen and you're going, okay, I'm picking 5 people because I think I have something to offer them. Absolute wisdom behind that. I love it. Thank you for sharing that. That was awesome. I want to also make sure we go over all of the things that you showed up. First, let's do this. E-Network, E-Women Network of Orange County. So how can people find this?
Okay, so you can go to www.ewomennetwork.com, and then it'll list all the chapters, and then just pick Orange County and you'll see all of our events. You can also just email me directly if you want to find out more, and I'll be more than happy to connect you with all the great information about what's happening at the Orange County chapter and how you can get involved or come as my guest to one of our upcoming events. I would love to invite you to do that, but just reach out to me. Let's have a conversation, see if it's a fit for you, and then I would love to have you there. Third, I guess, just for anyone that's interested in just getting more information about networking, or, I think networking is, we all know we have to do it. Some of us don't like to do it, right? But, we know that we have to connect. So if you're interested in getting some tips on networking, I have a give that is 5 strategies for networking success. And you can go to www.masteringsales.info, and you just have to put in your name, and you can download the free 5 strategies for networking success. And I hope it helps you in your future networking.
That is so awesome that you are gifting this. I just love that. But I want to go back really quick. What is the next upcoming event, or maybe a couple events that people can kind of put in the back of their mind when they reach out to you?
So again, if you would like to come to an event, we actually have our big event, or a big monthly event coming up on this Thursday. And so reach out to me via the email and I can get you that information, or let's see if we can't get you registered. It's going to be happening from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we have an amazing speaker. Her name is Pat Dunn. She is going to be talking about taking your expertise and building courses online. So if that's something that you're interested in, it's going to be a great conversation. We should have about 50 plus in attendance. So there's going to be some amazing business owners and entrepreneurs there. So if you want to make some connections, we'd love to have you. Following that, October 16th, we have our strategic business introductions. That's the round table, and that's the smaller group. So those are limited seatings. We normally have 10 to 12 people, but if you'd like to attend one of those, again, just email me. Let's have a conversation. I always like to talk with you to find out what you're doing so that I can best direct you of what are the things that we have within E-Women Network can really support you. I mean, we have so many opportunities. And so many benefits, but instead of just giving you a list of benefits, I really want to find out what you need and then direct you and guide you to the things that are really going to help you move the dial.
Oh, that's so good. That is so good.
Right?
There's so much power in that. Again, it's with intention and it streamlines the process. I love it. So are these events in person or are they on Zoom?
Right now, everything is online. We, of course, like everyone, are hoping that that we can get in person soon. I know.
Amen to that.
But even our venue right now, we normally hold our events when we are live. We hold our events at the Center Club in Costa Mesa. It's a private executive club there, right across from South Coast Plaza in Costa Mesa. And right now, there's still minimal seating. And because when we're live, we normally get anywhere between 55 to 80 people in the room, it's just not conducive.
Yeah.
So online, we've been pulling the same amount of people online, and we're doing the breakout rooms. So we're trying to keep it as impactful as it is when we're together. Of course, we don't have the hugs, but we're still making some great connections, some great collaborations, and providing some great information. So we hope you'll decide to join us and come and visit E-Women Network.
I love it. I had to cancel my goddess retreat because of the same situation. They're just not allowing more than 10 people in a room at this point. And I'm like, well, that's not going to work. So
Yeah.
everything being virtual, you guys are doing a tremendous job at connecting women, and your emails, I love it. And really bringing together community in this virtual space. Really, all the arms, I've learned so much just about the organization sitting here with you today in all the aspects. And we've only touched just a snippet of what all you guys offer and help and do for other people. And it's truly amazing. I'm so grateful that you came on here and shared all that you guys do. And for you yourself, it's been an awesome conversation.
Well, I've loved it, and you know, and I would invite you too. I would love for you to come as my guest and experience what it is we do, and you know, and it's not even just about what the organization does or what I do. It's the members. Yeah. Everyone that is within my my chapter, they all have this exact same mindset. So you're gonna meet some amazing people. So yeah, I love it.
You're walking into a room where you can literally transcend anything and everything you want to. When you have a group of people that all have that same type of mindset, your growth is exponential and it's fast.
Well, you know, they always say, you know, it's not about what you say, it's not about what you do, right? What people will remember is the experience that they had when they're in your presence. Yeah. And I guarantee you that whether it's online or whether it's in person, the experience will be one that is extremely fulfilling, not only for your business, but just for your life. Yeah. The organization, the women that are a part of it are probably one of the most amazing people I know. So
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for being on the show. And
thank you for having me.
And I'm gonna your email's up there. I'm gonna put up here real fast here if you want to go get her free 5 strategies for networking success. The eNet Women's Network.com. I'm guessing.
Yeah, you can go just go www.eWomenNetwork.com.
Perfect. And again, my company's Aphrodite. I love it. Thank you so much for being on the show. And
thank you for having me.
And I'm gonna your email's up there. I'm gonna put up here real fast here if you want to go get her free 5 strategies for networking success. The eNet Women's Network.com. I'm guessing.
Yeah, you can go just go www.eWomenNetwork.com.
Perfect. And again, my company's Aphrodite Enterprises, Inc. You can find me and anything that I have going on at KimberlyACoaching.com. Diana, it has been amazing speaking with you today. Thank you so much for your time and sharing all your wisdom. I so appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I enjoyed it.
Thank you.